Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus and we are back here in the new year, and I took a little bit of a break. Maybe some of you thought that I had completely ended my series, but no, I have not. I have just took a little bit of a needed, I would say, not necessarily well-deserved break over Christmas, and now we're back. So what we're going to do in this episode and moving forward is going to be less of a sort of little progress, because we basically have done all the progress, but now we're going to do overhauls and cool ideas and design things. So things will be a little bit slower. There'll be a lot more effort into each video, because we're going to be sort of testing something. So over the next two videos we're going to be overhauling Aquilo from this spaghetti mess that it is today, and we're going to do something along the lines of what we've done to Gleba to sort of have a nice structured view. And then we're going to take each of the planets and do something cool with it, just to really get into it. We're going to start here on Gleba, because there's one thing that I haven't done that I should be, and that is replacing the last one. No room for it more. Fill every tile of legendary mech armor with legendary equipment. And now these are all the legendary equipments. It's not like cutting any corners. These are the legendary stuff that we want for everything. So we now have our complete setup. We're going to be going to Aquilo, and I have set up some things in advance for Aquilo for what we're going to do. We're going to be making trains on Aquilo. We're going to be making a bus on Aquilo. So I think that today we're going to be focusing on the trains and sort of setting up the framework for the bus. And then the next episode will be about sort of populating the bus and rebuilding it so that it's a brand new thing. What we're doing here is I'm also now importing all the train stuff, and also some legendary stack inserters as well to Aquilo. Right, so we have arrived at Aquilo, and the next question is, well, what are we going to do here? Also, I think that I should mention that since this has been running back and forth a bit of time, then we're actually already up to 27 on research productivity. That means back on novice, with our very, very bad setup for science, which is on our to-do list to fix. We are now looking at a very juicy 370% increased productivity, plus of course the science drain 50. This is amazing, and it just helps a little bit on our getting up to 25,000 science per minute, which is nice considering how small this is, but you know, not very nice compared to what we can do. Right, we are on Aquilo, and we need to get all this stuff inbound. And let's see, defense, yes, trains, yes, good. Right, so let's talk about what we want to do. We have some juicy stuff down here and here, and we also have other juicy stuff. Now I'm flying away from everything, and out here we have some things there, right? Is this, yes, this is lithium brine. Okay, we have lithium brine, we have, I feel that there's something supposed to be out here. Nope, maybe not. But we have different things on different spaces out here that we want to get, and it's like these things run out, and we're going to need a lot of it. So we want to make a bus, and we want to make a liquid bus, because if you look at what we have here, then we basically have some liquids that are really used for a lot of things. Like we have the coolant and the hot coolant, so the cold coolant. We have the crude oil. We have the lithium brine, we have the fluorine, and we have, don't know if we have water, do we? I don't know if water makes sense to have there, but we do have it doesn't really make sense. No, but we have the ammonia, of course. So we want to make a bus that uses this, and we want to make it below this. So let's try to start working on, go here, and then go to our good old, after Gleba comes Aquilo. Pave the world. There we go. We're going to pave the world down here. And that is going to be, this will be the bus, right? We need to make the bus somewhere meaningful. Yes. Good. So this will be the bus, and then we'll have a little bit of space above, and then we'll have a lot of space below. Right. Let's see, how much space do we think we want below? Let's just make one bus and then make stuff to here, because then we definitely have enough. Cool. So we are also going to have to build some train stations to get stuff inbound. But let's get this one done, and we're going to need to get some structure to this. And that structure will be, we need some coolant, and we need some kind of, well, yeah, structure. I'm going to make the structure sort of like this. Oh, wow, we're fast. Is that middle? It is. Good. Oops, there. Yeah, so it's going to be ammonia, oil, lithium brine, fluoride, the hot coolant, the cold coolant. And do we have anything left? Yes, we have something left. That will be ice and... Huh. I feel like I'm missing something here. Ice and fuel, I guess. I think we need fuel because we do need to get all of this fueled, and that means we need... And where is that? That is... We don't have that, do we? No. I need that to be part of my build all the time here. Yeah, 200 of these. There. And I also need under this one to also get the ice buckets here. Let's get 200 of those, just so we have it. Great. And I'm outside of the logistics network, so we're going to be propagating the logistics network. We want to start by making, let's say, like the default thing. So let's use this one to get it inbound. So what are we going to do? We're going to be doing a line up here, and then we're going to have to go down on each side of these double links here. And here, let's also do... It's not going to be working. That one. Okay. And I think I need 2 of those. One for liquids, one for ice, and one for something else. And then I'll do this as the line between. And we're going to get this line and this line. And then we're just going to be... Good. So that will basically be our... But it's not going to be just good enough, I think. I think we need to make sure that we are also getting... Oh, where are you? Where are you? I'm sure we get... Why do we not have these here? Are you kidding me? So we now made a improvement here, and we now have room that I've reserved 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks for trains. Trains will have a little bit of an interesting challenge here, because trains don't need to be heated. That's good, yes. However, the inserters do need to be heated if we do want to do inserters, and we kind of do. So we need to figure out where it's going to be like. I think this is the right location. 1, 2 from the side, 1, 2 from the side, yes. So we're going to need this one also on that side here. And now we can start seeing the issue that if I just want... I do think I just want one of these. Let's see, how far is it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm kind of leaning towards maybe this one going 1 tile down here. Like that. Good. I think that makes more sense because we have more on the top. So what is it I want to do? I want to unload some stuff. And I want to make sure that we get... oh, we don't have any pumps here. Let's... Oh, please. Oh, there's always something. There's always something we're missing on this planet because I'm not sort of... I'm not getting... Alright, well, that's one more thing we need to get inbound. And that means... I'll just add it up here. We're going to need these. And they're going to be legendary. And they're going to come from Volcanus. So, next time you're on Volcanus, which is right now... Oh, right, you need to get more concrete because concrete is also running out. Okay, so we'll build it with this and then we'll kind of see. Then we are going to get a line up here to heat everything up because all this needs to be heated. And I don't know when you see the issue, but there is an issue. Let's see. This is not the right place, but that's okay. Oh, we did... What? We did have it? We did have it somehow. Oh, cool. No worries. Of course, I was well prepared. And that will be here as well, I guess. No. Okay, let's think about something. We need to make a train. What is the train? What should the train be? Because if I go out here, how the hell are we going to heat this? So our train should actually be consisting of a truck full of fuel plus that. Oh, I'm actually thinking about something else because fuel can be made from it needs oil to make it into any kind of burnable thing. So I do need oil and I don't have oil out there, so I have to bring it out here. Okay, so that's kind of an issue, I guess. That goes here. And then we'll have to figure out. The other one will be like this, I guess. And then, because then we can go underneath and you can go in and heat up everything on the inside. Good. All right. And honestly, I want a bigger storage here. There. So this is our build. Now, I hope you see the problem now. Because what if I then make another one down here? Then I don't have a way to get this connected. You can't... if I do this, you can't get it connected here because then it's going to cross that line. So that's a no-go. That means we need to make it independent. And in order to do that, I actually need... since this is getting fuel in and I need fuel for the train, then I'm actually going to be in a position where I can actually get... that goes into the train. And it also goes in to a fueling. That's going to be one of these. There. Which will then heat up everything else. Good. There. Then I'm going to need that in here. And I'm maybe silly, but I'm going to do that again to make it over on this side. And I'm going to get you. And build a roboport there. Because, let's see... I don't know where the roboports are supposed to be, but if I make one here and I make one there, then it's going to be super fine. Good. And we have some... why do we not have fuel inbound? I should have fuel in inventory. All times. There. Okay, so let's get some fuel. I can do that here. And if I start heating that up, we should see it heat up the rest here at least, so we can get that covered. So this is going to be our setup. I will be... bring in a train, and then I'm going to be 1, 2, 3 liquids, and those liquids will be going out. I will be having crude oil, I'll be having lithium brine, and I will have fluoride. That will go out and then get started on the bus here. So we now have a really nice unloading station, and things are probably good. We can put some trains here. They're not going to be ready. I will not... I wonder what that is. Oh, biters about to spawn. Oh, that's interesting. What the hell has happened? Oh, that's so cool. Not really though. I don't know what's wrong. Wonder what's wrong though. Where are we at? Oh, we're stopped at Navis. So something went wrong. That's interesting. And let's see if it actually works. That's so cool. Maybe it's not. 1 minute. 1 minute. Can we do 1 minute of unloading? I was like, what is that mistake? So off we go. So, this is interesting. Why did this happen? You really should turn this off. Don't get that in here, please. Yeah, you might be getting more biters inbound, but that's fine. And these ones should be taking the most spoiled first, please. What is our timer on this? 40 seconds? Don't destroy the ship, please. Let's see if our contingency actually works. Woo, we're gonna wait for this. Okay. I mean, I know you guys want it to not work, but I kind of want it to work. If that's okay with you. Where are we at? We're at 28 seconds. Oh, this works perfectly. Look at that. These are sort of getting slowly more. And we are definitely getting rid of this one. Oh, right. We made it. Whew. And we're still probably getting some biters in here. Okay. So what the hell went wrong? It's probably because maybe we were only getting like 14,000 something. So let's check. A little bit of investigation has revealed the problem. The problem is not in the design, but in the implementation, as usual. So what happens is that there is something Prometheum science packs on board the ship, and we were starting to request things inbound. That should never happen. I thought I'd build a contingency to prevent that, because first of all, anytime we come back, we must be able to drop everything off on Navis. That's the first condition. And secondly, we have to make sure that if it's not there, if it's not unloaded, all of it, then don't send eggs. So something went wrong in the implementation, and we're going to look at it. So the first thing is, we're going to be looking at here. This is requesting 100,000, and there is 100,000 inbound. So that's why we're not getting anything inbound. That makes sense. So we were sort of checking that over here. Let's use this one. We were checking it over here, and it says, oh yeah, it's fine. But wait a minute, there's no input signal. That's the problem. I also want to make sure that I can guarantee that it's coming in by just lowering it to 50,000. So we'll only send it up if there's less than 50,000 inbound, because that means it'll send the biters out, it'll go out, and it'll come back with 45,000, and that means there will be definitely enough space. Even if we're not consuming any of it, then we will get enough space for a full load from Heart of the Tempest. So that is one of the things. So what are we going to do to fix that? Well, I'm going to do this part here, where I'm putting on the red wire. The red wire is going in. I'm filtering all that out, so I'm only getting the Prometheum science pack, so I don't pollute the network. Get it on the red wire and hook it up into here. Then we're going to set this also at 50,000, and then this will just be propagated to everything else. So now this is propagated to all the other ones. Since this signal is now globally, or well, more or less, then I only need here, and I'm removing it from the other ones, because that will now be transported here on the red wire, and now the red wire is connected to all these modules within a city block. So this is going to be having one condition, which is here, and the other ones will have the same conditions. They are also 50, and the last one over on this side also 50. And what we should see now is that when we enable, we will not get any biters in. Come on, work. No biters inbound. Great, because we still have something here. We don't have less than 50,000 on ours. This one, both need to be true. There is a request, yes, but it's not true that it's less than 50. So when it's less than 50, we're not going to bring it in. Sweet. We solved it. Back to Aquilo. Whew. That was a little bit of an intermezzo, but a fun one, because I know that we've all been sort of wondering, is it actually working or not? So what we're going to do now is we have this, and we're going to be sort of colliding it into a network that we can use our trains for. There. And this setup here, this is not it, by the way, but I think that might be it. That. Can we get this one to merge? If we... I'm going to take that out. And I do want to get the electrical network shared with everyone. So that's good. And this is going to be... Okay. That's weird. That will be... This will not be here. This will go straight up. But that one goes over here. And... I think that's fine. Yes. And then we kill this inside part. This is just to make it follow the normal formats here. And then we're going to go for that one and that one. And then kill this. It feels weird to do this, but hey, we got it. Now at this point, I'm actually going to be the one who has to build everything. There we go. And then I need to build out here and get that... So, ooh, there's a better one there. Maybe I don't care about this one because it's too small, and I want to take this one instead. This looks much better in terms of... Okay, right. We're going to be building out here, and then we're going to be setting up, yeah, some mining operations here. It's going to be a little bit tricky, so it'll probably need a little bit of experimentation. So now we have a rail network set up, but it's not working because we don't have any building out here, and we also do not have any heating out there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be setting up these 3 for each of these, and at this point it's going to be easy to add another one and another one if we want to, because now we have a train network. We're just simply going to extend this line and send it out. So it's going to be really nice. I'm going to, well, let's actually make the train network first. Let's do the lithium brine, since that's the one we have. We are going to set up a part that says you go to the lithium brine and you go there and you stay there until one of 2 conditions are true. Either your fluid count, yes, fluid count lithium brine is equal to or greater than, a little bit irrelevant, 100,000. Because that's what we can store. No, 150,000. Ooh, 150,000, because that's 3 trains of 50,000 each. So 150. So either that is true, or the cargo, no, not has cargo, but item count is, I'm simply run out of fuel out there. So if I don't have any fuel, then go back. Or then trigger something. So this means go out there, stay there until either you're out of the fuel to heat the area, or you have filled up the storage. And then what happens then? Well, we're going to be adding an interrupt here. We're going to make the interrupt planet specific, and that will be, oof. How is that going to work? This one will be, what is the, because this will be, there'll be two different interrupts. One for the solids, I guess, and one for the liquids. This will be for the liquids. So we'll do, or one for the fuel. Let's actually do the fuel first, because I think the fuel is easier to manage. So let's do the fuel first. Let's do fuel, and this one will be here. So how will the fuel work? The fuel will work saying if our if item count, no. Yeah, this is the condition for triggering. Triggering is that the item count here is 0. Yes. And I also have to do another one because I have to use this part to identify what the name is. And there will always be something left here. It's not going to be 0, 0, I think. I hope. And if that's the case, then you're going to go to, yeah, okay, we need a station that has this name. It's a little bit weird when building these generic ones that we have to actually make a station with this generic name, even though it's never going to be used. And then we go back in here and take this. Then you're going to go to the station, that one, which is off. And how long until fluid cargo count is empty? Was there one empty cargo? Empty. Interesting. There's an empty cargo, but there's not an empty fuel. Oh, not fuel. Fluid. Empty fluid. Empty cargo doesn't work. But fluid count. Any fluid count is equal to 0. And item count. That one is equal to or greater than 800. Okay. Let's try it. And that's the other one is going to be here. This one will be saying if you have fluid count of generic equal to or greater than 150, then go back. You'll go back to the station. That's going to be the station. What? Oh, they're there. And that's going to be the same condition that the fluid count of our generic things is equal to 0. And we also have fuel. Nope, full fuel. And that is item count. There. This is just a little bit of a guess. 800. There. Let me check the other one. That says, oh. There we go. I forgot that. There we go. So they are, maybe that works. I don't know. Let's go out here. Let's see. That one should be disappearing. Let's go out there. All right. So now we're going to go out there until we either have this or we don't have any fuel left, which none of those conditions will be triggered when we get there. So we'll just get stuck there. And I want it to be stuck out here as well. And we're stuck. Good. So now we need to hook this up and try to find a way to get the maximum out of this, which is a little bit tricky, I guess, because we do need to make sure that we can put it in here and that we can unload this. I think, yeah, let's see. We're going to get some kind of outbound here. This has to be like a smooth outbound as possible. Like that would be a smooth outbound. Yeah. And that would be... It is just still a mystery to me why we're not getting this inbound. Oh, that's because it's just the junk ones. Ah, right, okay. Well, I need to go back and get that. Yeah. And then I kind of want... Oh, it's not that way, it's the other way. Yep, so that's going in. And I need just another thing which has to be... Yeah, so we can go in and heat it. And like that. And go over here and heat as well. That getting heat to this one. And you're going to go in here to get the heat here. Right, so now I need the fuel, or the fuel part here. This will be outputting as much fuel as we can get away with. Can I do this one? Yes, because then it will be heating that tile and go out. Good. And I don't want it to be that one. And then of course we're gonna get the same condition as always, like this. Oh, this is not great actually. Maybe I should do this. Oh, no, it is great. I just need to make sure that this gets a heating as well, which is like that. So now it gets heating. Good, that's important. And this should read the temperature. This should only enable when temperature is less than 700. Sure, good. And we don't have this part here, so I'm going to take it and put you in here. How much do we want? Yes. And as soon as this one gets going, it'll start heating this up, and this will start going inbound. That's excellent. And we now have heating here. Right, so we just need to hook this one up and make sure that we have like a centralized line from here. There. Centralized line out here. So we've now built this part and linked it up. It's now heated, it's not powered, but we can sort of propagate our little power grid over on this and then just see wherever it doesn't fit. There's bound to be somewhere that it doesn't fit, and then we'll just take it and do whatever. Something there. That one is fine if we build it like this. Good. That means we now have a power grid. That means if we look at all of this, how's it producing? There, 232. That's not a lot, but I think this is one of those things that isn't really using a lot. So this is working, and we could always just add beacons here and there. I mean, I don't know if that even makes sense. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but we can make like beacons where you can see like this one where it can easily be built, and then we can make a beacon here. This one is like when you can hit two things, then sure, let's put a beacon in. If you can hit three things, absolutely put a beacon in. Yeah. And here we have the second one. The fluoride is hooked up and it's almost ready. We're just seeing the heat dissipate all the way out to, or propagate out here, and then it's going to work. So here's an important aspect that I was actually not aware of, but it's super important for this kind of build. That is the fact that when things are not using or not doing anything, they still consume heat. So that means that if we go back, fill this one up, everyone's happy, and then it goes back, then it will continue to consume heat here, and it will eventually run out of all the fuel we have here, which is annoying, but it's not like the end of the world, because if it runs out of heat, that means it has been producing stuff. If it is producing stuff, that means it's filling up these buffers here. So that means that when it comes out here, we will have something in the buffer, and then it'll restart. And when the fuel comes in, here's another thing, right? This is not actually good enough. Because we need burner inserters to make absolutely sure that we can empty the belt. So we actually need a burner inserter sitting here to make absolutely sure when a train comes in, oh dear, we're gonna need legendary burner inserters. And we now have our legendary burner inserters put in here. That's looking good. This one is actually burning completely out. Let's have a look inside here. Then what we should do is actually either one should be triggering, because, you know, both this is true and this is true. So if we just set it here, we'll get a setup, and that will now go to back here again. So let's see if that works. It should work. And lo and behold, it works. We're filling this one up. We have the first thing on the bus. That's glorious. We're going to get the other two things on the bus and hope that they actually just activate. Yes, they activate because they're full. Also very empty on the fuel. And what about this one? This one is the one that added the last point. And yes, it's also full. Like the fuel here is probably getting in way quicker than the other ones at 4,000. Yes, okay. This is also at 1,300, and this one with beacons and stuff is only 1,000. So, oh, right, there's something missing here. That we didn't quite hook it up. I think this one is just, yeah, it's just heating that needs to go there. All right, and we get fluoride there. We only need ammonia as well, and then we need the heating. So it would be nice in order to wrap this series, this episode up in a neat way. We have all the things we want on the bus already built. So the first thing we want to build on the bus here, or off the bus, is actually the ammonia build. And that's going to be a little bit of a silly build, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a silly build, because if we look at it... why do we have that? Why do we even keep these around? Yucky, non-legendaries. Ew. There, one of these. Good. If I'm going to be making this, and let's point it so it gets from there, and it's going to have some of that, and we're going to be putting in a few beacons, because of course we are. Here and here, and then I need some kind of heating, and that's going to come off this main line. There we go. Just getting a sense of how much heat this is, or how much this will be. There we go. That is 6,000, which is pretty good. And are we going to keep that? Yes. So we need to make this in a way. It also has a little bit of a challenge that it's 600 of that. So even as much as we want it, we can't really get that. We can get it on one belt, and I will get one belt of ice here. That will be on this one, but I won't be getting 2 levels of ice. So we need to first and foremost actually figure out a way to handle the outbound. And I think that I want to do something... Oh yeah, they don't work like this. Okay. It has to be a lot of undergrounds here, so that we can get heating in here, and heating in here, and heating in here, and then this will be underneath as well, so it can get heating in. And that means I don't need heating here, so it's going to be outbound, 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 and there. And then replicate it on the other side. There we go. And that means we have now 2 outbounds here. Now this will be going in, collecting into outbound here. And that will be output priority and output priority. And the rest will simply be going into, I don't know, destroy it. And we can't throw it in ice, which is like so weird. So weird that we can't throw it in ice. Throw the ice in the water. Like that should be doable, right? That should be doable. So I'm going to be building it like this. And that means these 2 have to go out, because they just need to kiss and go faster. Very fast. And I'm going to have these 2 here. Is that even possible? You are fine. Yes, like this. Some of this has to be in a little bit different way. Maybe you don't need to be here. You can be closer, like that. Yes, that's much nicer. Is it though? I'm gonna build this here so I can go up here, because then I can get my water. It's only 3,000. It's less than 3,000. So this is not a correct one. Oh, wow. That's also not correct. Okay, we need those. So this is the final design for our ammonia solution. We just need this one to come in. But as soon as that one comes in, then we should see the whole thing just jump into action. Come on, luck. Is it coming in? I think it should be. Because I'm standing here and I am looking at this one, which is 0 now. So it has been dropped off. And there it is. And then as soon as we get it, we get a little bit burst. And it's not going anywhere because there is nowhere for it to go. There we go. It just goes out here on the main bus. And then we have now all the 4 things. We also have the ice. It's not going to be a lot of ice we're getting. But that's fine, I guess. Like, what I could do is I could I guess I could make a storage of this, but I really want it to be just producing really fast. And if I do this as a storage, then I'm kind of, I mean, yes, it is connecting around here. I guess I could do that. I don't really like it. No, I don't like it at all, because then I'm blocking this here. It works, but it's a little fragile. But now at least I have some kind of storage here. Is that good? Actually, let's do it in another way. I actually want this to be going away. I want this here, because then there is room for it to connect, and over on this one. And you can then connect here, like that, or even like this, if it feels like it. And then we have reestablished the general layout of this. That's actually much nicer. So we have it, and we also have ice going down here, filling up that belt, so that if we need ice for something later on, we can grab it. Other than that, then we can do this. Yeah, so the two things we have left is the hot and cold setup. Hot and cold cooling, they are really boring, so they shouldn't be that big of a deal to set that up. They will just be built here and here. And so these are the final builds we wanted to add. Just a simple one of these making 450 per second, and a simple one of these consuming 317. So even though we have a million of these, we're just not even keeping up with a single one of the hot cryogenic ones. But this is also creating a new one, while this one is recycling. So we just want to make sure that whatever comes in can be recycled fast enough. And I think this one, we'll keep an eye on it later on. So maximum consumption will be 317 of this per second, which we can easily keep up with. And this one is also constrained so that it only starts working when there's less than 2000 in here, so it doesn't fill up. So we now have our bus and trains on Aquilo. This is super nice. What we can do now next time is we can start working on branches off the bus down here. We have plenty of space, so we can make it as deep as possible. We're going to make dedicated rockets, so that we have similar to this, so we can just launch and launch and launch. And we're going to make legendary Aquilo science here as well, so we can get rid of all of that spaghetti junk and get into a much more structured bus, liquid bus base and trains. Thank you very much for watching. If you find it useful, be sure to hit the like button. If you want the blueprints or the save games, then those are available to Patreon supporters. So thank you very much everyone who's supporting on Patreon, and everyone else who's just following along and getting inspired, hopefully. And we are going to be back with the next one, so stay tuned, and until next time, take care and stay effective.